I think we got an explosive move coming for crypto, and this is why. I'm taking a look into the 3-day time frame for Bitcoin, and this time frame here zooms out enough to get a clear view on what Bitcoin is about to do next. What I'm talking about here is the 3-day time frame, and if we take a look into the 3-day time frame here, we still have a higher low since this huge drop back here. Okay, that Friday drop, where Bitcoin went as far down to as about 100 and almost 103,000. Okay, and since then we've had a bounce, got rejected at about 116,000 before setting a higher low here. Why is a higher low important to spot? Because that is basically the idea of an uptrend. If you hold a higher low, the next logical move is a higher high. So if we're actually able to hold this higher low here at about 108,000, which we did, the next logical move here is a higher high. Will we actually get that higher high here? Bitcoin does need to break above this range here at about 114,000. You're going to have quite a bit of your longer term moving averages that are going to be resistance, basically all stacked about that upward trend line here, right? So it does need to break this 115,000 range in order to get a clear break above this upward trend line. And why is this upward trend line important? Is because if we don't break it, then we could potentially be looking at a falling wedge scenario, which is going to drive the crypto markets into more downside. Okay, because Bitcoin is the driver of this crypto markets, we cannot not pay attention to Bitcoin. Okay, regardless if you like it or not, if Bitcoin has more room to pump, so will a lot of the altcoins. However, if Bitcoin continues dumping from here, which there is still a risk of because it broke down from a huge rising wedge pattern with the price target, the breakdown target to be almost $80,000, which is going to be catastrophic for the altcoins. So very important for Bitcoin to break out of this upward trend line here. Okay, then we can talk more upside, right? However, if it gets rejected at this upward trend line, not going to be looking good for crypto. We're also going to be talking about some major crypto news later in this video, as well as a few bigger altcoin setups, which includes Ethereum and Solana, which looks bullish to me. And I'll point out to you guys why that is. Why there are technical signals that could indicate some upside, okay, for the crypto markets, for these bigger altcoins. Now, I am long on quite a bit of the altcoins here, so my opinions on these markets are bullish. However, these are just my opinions, like the entirety of this video, and it's not financial advice. You guys gotta form your own strategies and opinions. Let's go ahead and take a look into some news first. I'm gonna be responding to some viewer comments, as I usually do on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And then we're going to dive back into the charts for some of these bigger altcoins. All right, this one is by You Today. Binance Bitcoin whale activity surges. Hints at more upside. Let's read this one together. The average spot Bitcoin order size on Binance, the largest crypto exchange by trading volume and user count, jumped to an incredible $1.96 million, okay, which doesn't sound like it's a lot, okay. Crypto quant community analysts noticed, okay, the average spot Bitcoin order size. Okay, so that is whale activity because that's the average order size. Okay, so the upsurge is caused by activity of whales, estimating the current level as an attractive entry point. Okay, so that is what crypto quants communities analysts is saying. Okay. Binance whales are in a rush. Average spot Bitcoin orders skyrockets. So what do you guys think? Are the average spot Bitcoin orders indicative of a possible surge that is coming? I think it could be, right? Especially if they are long orders, right? So we'll see. Let's also take a look into this tweet here. Binance sees $1.96 million average Bitcoin spot orders as whale activity increases. The steady rise in both average order size and total traded value suggests that professional participants see current price level as an attractive entry point, possibly anticipating renewed. We're not going to get too much more into this tweet here, but that's basically what it's saying. What do you guys think? I think that is a good sign, especially if they're long orders. But it's not being specific here, right? Without getting too much into the news. If you guys want to read more into this piece of news, I do have. It is in TradingView. I do have an affiliate link for TradingView. There are free plans available for TradingView. So if you guys are new to this market, there is no reason not to get TradingView, because if you are and you guys are just using the charts from the exchanges, that is not going to be enough. That's almost flying blind, okay? So if you guys sign up using my TradingView affiliate link in the video description section below, it does support my channel and I will get a commission. There are free plans available as well. All right, next piece here is by NewsBTC. Massive Bitcoin outflow hits Galaxy Digital wallets. Almost about 1,500 Bitcoin moved. Okay, what could this mean? Mike Novograd's Galaxy Digital has moved more Bitcoin out of its wallets, stirring fresh debate about whether big players are selling or just handling client business. So they can't really tell what this outflow is going to do, okay? Just speculating, okay? It doesn't seem like there's any specific here. According to on-chain trackers and posts shared by analytic firm CryptoQuant, a total of 1,500 Bitcoin was recently moved out of wallets linked to Galaxy, okay? So let's see what this says. Are there any more specifics about this? Over 1,531 Bitcoin moved out of Galaxy Digital wallets, a clear sign of rising short-term selling pressure in the markets. Okay, so we have kind of conflicting signals here because we have average spot Bitcoin order value increasing, right? According to this piece here. However, there's also massive Bitcoin outflow. Let's see which of these forces actually takes over the markets. Okay. Next piece here is by You Today. Crypto has not peaked yet. 5 reasons by analysts. Okay, so let's read some into this news here, and I'll give you guys my main arguments on why Bitcoin hasn't peaked yet. Okay, so first of all, my main argument is that the Federal Reserve has just started its Fed rate cut cycle back in September. We got a 25 basis point cut in October, and according to the CME Watch tool, we're still looking at a over 60% chance of a rate cut in December, which is a significant decrease from the probability that we have seen a couple of days ago before the FOMC meeting, which was almost at 100%, okay? So this is not good, right? But it is still in favor of a rate cut, right? But it's not looking as good as what it was before the FOMC meeting. So this is still one of my main arguments, in addition to technical analysis arguments, right? Some on the higher term, including a monthly time frame, the RSI. It doesn't look like it has come towards FOMO RSI readings yet, like we have seen back in 2021, 2017. I'll show you guys in just a bit, okay? Now let's see if this analyst lists key points in a very readable manner, because I don't want to get too much into the news here, but it doesn't look like this analyst has put the key points very clearly. But I mean, if you guys want to read more about it, you guys can. It is in TradingView. Next piece is by Cointelegraph. Solana ETFs see inflows for 4th consecutive day amid capital rotation from Bitcoin Ether funds. Okay, so spot Solana exchange traded funds continue to attract investor interest, recording their 4th straight day of inflows amid capital rotation from Bitcoin and Ether funds. So it's saying, what I think it's saying is that Solana ETFs is getting the rotation of capital from both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Uh, ETFs, possibly. I think that's what it's saying, okay, without reading too much into the news here, right? I think, yeah, it is talking about Bitcoin ETFs and Ethereum ETFs, okay? We're going to be taking a look into Solana after this. Are you guys bullish on Solana? In my opinion, I am bullish on almost the entire crypto markets, right? Because back in 2021, I don't think I've seen a altcoin that has been in the market since January 2021 that has not pumped, right? I have not seen it. Maybe there were some, but I have not seen it, okay? Based on the bigger exchanges I've traded on. Now, that means, I'm just extrapolating that to what could happen this bull cycle, because I think this bull cycle is still very much on, right? I'll tell you guys when I change my opinion, but I think it's still very much on, and I think a lot of these altcoins are going to be pumping from here, and I think Solana is not going to be an exception. All right, let's come back here to the charts. Let's take a look at the daily time frame here. Zoom in just a little bit more, and what I'm seeing here are still higher lows here, and we're still trying to hold above the daily 200 SMA for Bitcoin. That's currently at about 109.5 thousand, the orange line. Some bullish signs here is that the daily 21 SMA is flattening out, right? So that tells me it's not going to be too strong of a resistance. And Bitcoin has been trying to break above that, right? And of course, the key resistance here is going to be the upward trend line here, where a lot of your longer term moving averages are stacked there as resistance. All right, we're going to take a look into Ethereum. Oh, sorry, I'm going to take a look into viewer comments. Cannot ignore viewer comments. I do read your comments, and thank you very much for your comments. All right, first piece here, it says, last time Anchor was at 0.9%, not 0.9 cents, it popped to 16 cents. Yes, it's 16 cents high. All waiting to see if Nura will deliver. I think so. Keep up the great Anchor love. So yeah, I will continue to bring you guys Anchor. I don't know too much about Nura, so if you guys want to share insights by Nura, please do so in the comment section below. When I talk to you guys and bring you guys the updates daily, I'm really talking to you guys mainly on the macroeconomics level and what I'm really interested in, which is basically the technical analysis level. So if you guys have any fundamentals about the coins, chances are I don't know about it. You guys can share the insights in the comment section below. Next piece here is by, next piece says, thanks bro, talking about AI16Z. Yeah, I think AI16Z is freaking pumping today. I missed the boats on getting back into a long position for AI16Z. So if you guys are in it, I hope you guys are taking profits or have some plans of taking profits, because from what I'm seeing in these markets, there has been a lot of volatility, right? I've seen pumps that turn into next day dumps. I'm not saying that's going to be what happened in what's happening with AI16Z, but I just hope that you guys have some kind of plans to take profits. Okay, that is not financial advice, just what I hope you guys do personally. Okay. Next, it says $200 in 2025 on my Helium XNT token. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see, right? This bull cycle has been anything but straightforward. There has been a lot of fake outs. There has been a lot of twists and turns, but I will continue to bring you guys updates as long as I'm surviving in this market. All right, next says Gala coins. Gala coin are just a handful of dog poop. Until the end of time, their price will continue to fall. Yeah, I mean, I think when these altcoins are falling, right, a lot of people are gonna hate on the coins, but I do think a lot of these coins are gonna turn around. So we'll see, right? What do you guys think about Gala? Anchor is a great project, especially for Web3. Good to know your opinions. Good to know your insights. Please do continue to comment and let me know your insights. And then the next one, the last one, that says Telcoin update, please. Yes, I will bring you guys more Telcoin updates if enough of you guys want to see it. So please do thumbs up my videos and share my videos. All right, let's go ahead and go to Ethereum. All right, Ethereum here. I want to point out to you guys that it is on a key support, the weekly 21 SMA, and has been there for the last 3 weeks. Okay, it has held above it, which is a bullish sign. That's currently at about 3,800. Let's zoom in a little bit. Ethereum here, daily time frame. There is a double bottom here. First bottom coming from the day of October 22nd. Second bottom coming from October 30th. There is also bullish divergence playing out right now. Double bottoms are bullish patterns that have a higher chance of breaking to the upside. If this one breaks to the upside, the price target would be about 48.50. Resistance is about 42.50. Let's see if Ethereum can break to the upside and basically test its all-time highs again. Next is Solana. Weekly time frame. It is on your weekly moving averages, your weekly 21 SMA, your weekly 50 SMA, all in that range of about $180 to about $185. Zoom in, 3-day time frame, Solana, double bottom pattern, bullish divergence. Bullish divergence, you gotta learn it, okay? It's gonna increase the success rate of your trading patterns. In this case, we have two bullish signals here for Solana and Ethereum. Double bottom here on the 3-day time frame. Neckline, $205. Price target is going to be about $230. Okay? So let's see if Solana can actually hit those price targets and break out of this double bottom pattern here to the upside. This basically wraps it up for my very short update today for Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum on a Saturday. If you guys want to continue seeing any more of these coins, make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, or any other coins in this market. I'll pick a request to do for you guys on a daily basis. And I'll see you on the next one.